Hey everyone, how are we doing this afternoon? Hello friends, doing a few things here, but hope everyone can hear me. Let me know if for any reason y'all are not able to. But hey, welcome. My name is Logan. I'm on the customer experience team here at PlayVS, as well as the PlayVS Stadium team, as you see all the fun branding and the cool transitions. And yeah, today we are here to unbox our Nintendo Switch promotion bundle. So for those of you who, any teams that enrolled in our fall season, prior to the deadline, they qualified and are eligible to receive one of these fun bundles. I actually have not opened up one of these myself, so I'll be experiencing this the first time alongside each of you. Here's hoping my fun camera here on the side, my little close-up doesn't fall, is hanging on by a thread, but we'll bear with it if it happens. So yeah, it is a pretty decent, it's like a little over a foot long, foot wide. Just for my personal experience interacting with some folks who are looking for this getting shipped, it can get lost, so make sure you're on the lookout for a box that's about this size. We have a few different resources that I will cover in this video, but we'll get right into it. So the first thing that I wanted to cover for us, I want to make sure I'm pulling everything up correctly here, is for those of you who enroll in one of our Nintendo titles, as I mentioned before in that enrollment period prior to July 31st, I believe was the deadline. Those who are enrolled there, they will are eligible, and you will receive an email that is very similar to this one. You'll see it right here. So what this email shows is that you have qualified and you can claim your bundle. Clicking on that will take you to a Typeform link where you can fill out the personal information, name, email, and shipping information for the person that will be receiving the bundle. So that's kind of the that's the biggest, one of the biggest call outs, is that there was one person that's in charge of kind of getting this information. We do have some other ways. You can always reach out to the CX team using support@playvs.com if an additional person needs some info. But make sure you're choosing that one person, and that one person is monitoring their email to get the tracking information and things like that. And speaking of tracking, once your bundle is on the way, which I will say that the bundles are anticipated to ship by August 15th. So if you get that claim bundle form, fill that out as quickly as possible. August 15th, that is the date you want to look for. And you will get the information that you see here on the screen in the first email. And that'll be everything that comes in this box that we are about to open. So hope you got a good look at that. If for any reason you didn't, this will be up on the VOD. They will have those screenshots in there as well. So we'll definitely have some information. You don't see the email. Oh no. Let's try this. There we go. Thank you. Do that. There we go. Okay, so this is the there we go. This is the claim your bundle email. That previous all that recording previously, that's just going to be for the VOD. No worries. So here is the actual claim your bundle email, and I'll go ahead and show, because I'm assuming if the the shipment information didn't show, this is the claim your bundle email as well. Perfect. Thank you, friends. I appreciate y'all in the chat and in my ears for calling that out. Let's go ahead and pull this, because as always, we all want to know what's in the box at all times. So we're going to start busting this open. I have a nice pair of really gold scissors that have been used about 3 times because they just sit in this office and I don't really need to use them for anything. So we're going to... You notice the edge is a little is already open. Apologies for the ASMR ripping here. I will pause speaking while this happens. Alright. We didn't actually lose anything on the table, which is huge. I'm seeing here, awesome. Little information. This is a little packing slip from PlayVS. We don't have it in here, but there's a cool, there'll be a little cool card that y'all will get to see as well that I have seen. But you'll get a little additional stuff as well. But cool. I'm gonna pull. What we're gonna do? I'm gonna pull everything out of the box, and we'll go in everything one by one. Does that sound good for y'all? I hope so. Just to make it a little bit easier, big brown box is not the best to look at. So, the first thing we got is our solid Nintendo Switch wired controller. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it right there so you can see it. We've also got the wired internet LAN adapter. If you have tried to compete using Wi-Fi versus wired internet, you will notice that there is a significant difference between the two. And as always, the product of the hour is the lovely Nintendo Switch. So we've got the controller, a wired controller, we've got the system itself, and we've got the wireless LAN adapter. So we're gonna go ahead and open up this nice little box for people here. Let me make sure that I'm not opening it. One of our good friends, who you have probably seen on this stream before, will be getting this box, and I want to make sure I get it to him in as nice a condition as possible. So, perfect. Here we go, friends. Excellent. Little red and blue controller. I got the red and blue one myself, actually. I have a few different colors. I like the purple and yellow one a lot. If y'all haven't seen those controllers, purple and yellow is pretty cool. But gonna be nice and careful with this one. Again, want to make sure we're not. There are some a decent amount of cables and instructions here. I'm gonna go ahead and show this right here, as you can see. Underneath that box that I showed y'all, there's a decent amount of stuff. I'm gonna set the adapter and the controller over here for now. Perfect. So if this leaves this room the way that it came, that's a positive for all of us here. I really hope so. But all right, let's dive into what is underneath the main console. I'm just gonna leave that in the nice little plastic there, so that way you can see. Is that right there? Ooh, a little too far. There we go. And the controllers. Then let's start. Let's pull some stuff out of this box. Aha! I know what this is. Boom. We're gonna set this thing that I've used about 4 times. I wish I knew like all the official names for all of these attachments, but this is what we're gonna start with. All right, moving the box out of frame. Enjoy. Here's one last look at the very nice packaging from our friends over at Nintendo. Of a very funny story that I'm not gonna get into, but the very first time I got a Nintendo Switch, I nearly cried. There's a lot of background there, and a lot of backstory, and it's kind of humorous, embarrassing for me, but it is got mine back in, I want to say 2017 is when I got it. But yeah, so what we've got here is the AC adapter. That'll be the main power cord. You can plug it directly into the Nintendo Switch here, and that goes into the Switch. Ooh. It'll help if I don't hold it over something that's black. But this is the end right here that goes into the Nintendo Switch. This, as always, goes into the wall, into the outlet, and it can be plugged directly into the base of the Nintendo Switch, or it can be plugged into the dock that the Nintendo Switch sets in. So, obviously, Nintendo Switch, it is built to be, you can game on the go, if you will. I would highly recommend docking it if you are competing. And that's how I will actually be showing y'all some footage today, once we get to that portion. But just to show you how everything kind of sits in it nicely, we do have the Nintendo Switch console here. Sorry for the glare for everyone looking in the top right. I'm gonna get a little closer up here. So we're gonna swap over to this close-up so that y'all can see it a little bit better. So again, apologies for the blinding. But yeah, so on the top you'll notice there is the power cable. I believe these are volume. Yes, power cable, or power on, not power cable. Volume, a headphone jack, should you need to plug anything in and listen to it in your ears. I usually play through the monitor or the TV, but you can do either. And then the game card. If you do have physical game cards, we obviously will be providing you codes as a part of this bundle as well, which I will touch on later in the process. But if you do have any physical game cards, if y'all want to get Mario Party to play, for example, as a class to kind of take away from the competition, even though I would argue that's also extremely competitive depending on who you're playing with. But I digress. And then this is where the USB-C will plug into. So it is this end on the power cord, plugs directly into the bottom there. It can go straight in, or the best way to plug it in is to set it in right here. So it sets in nicely, just like that. You can see. But I want to show you just one little bit of pieces. So obviously this comes with a HDMI cable here. And you say, Logan, there's not an HDMI port on this Nintendo Switch. Where am I supposed to put it? Well, on the back of the dock, that flap opens up. Nice, easy, open. Mine's a little bit looser just because of how long it's been open. But you'll see there's a slot naming for everything. So, USB port, an AC adapter, and the HDMI out. So the HDMI out will plug in here. Nintendo Switch goes in. HDMI plugs into your monitor. And then that is how you get the footage onto your TV, onto your monitor, so on and so forth. The wired internet LAN adapter, which I will show right here. Not going to unbox it, but I will show all the details that we need to see are right here on the front. Right here, that USB portion will plug directly into this portion right here. It can also be plugged in the side. There's also 2 USB ports here. It is very handy for some folks that like to use GameCube controllers, for example. There's adapters for those. If you're playing Smash Ultimate, for example. But yeah, and then on the other end, you'll see right here at the base of that box, see if I can not get some shine in. Right there, that'll show that's the Ethernet port, is where that'll plug into your wired connection. So that is the Nintendo Switch dock. The actual Joy-Con controllers here, those will just nice and easy slide onto the side of your Switch system. It would help if I actually held it the correct way. Right there, just nice and click in. And then we click in here as well. And boom, there we go. We've got the Nintendo Switch. We've got it docked. And we can plug in the HDMI cable. And we're ready to go. There's also these little adapters on the side if you use the Joy-Cons wirelessly. So if you have it docked, you want to pull it off, you can attach them that way, and there you go. Make sure I'm not missing anything. My hybrid teaching setup. I love that. But yeah, so that is pretty much everything that's in the box. The wired controller, let me confirm. It is a I say perfect. I always love that the directions are in a bunch of different languages, and I have to figure out which one is in English, because a lot of them look very close to English. But it's going to be a USB-C plug-in, and then on the other end, it will be the USB. So if you have the control, for example, you're using the controller and the adapter, you can use these ports on the side, as we mentioned, to make sure you're safely connecting to everything and getting set up. So I do think that is everything that is in the box. Do we have any immediate questions? I demand my... Oh, we have a hydrate redemption? I didn't know that. It's a good thing I have water here. Thank you. I can hydrate. We are all good. I'm very familiar. On my personal stream, it says he needs some milk. Sorry for the ears there of my laugh. Oh no. Oh no, we lost the connection. Okay, hey, we're gonna go here. And we're going to get rid of this. Let's do, there we go. Hey, we can adapt, friends. There we go. All right. This happens. I have the Sony version of a GoPro here. That'll work. And I'll make this go away so that you are not blinded. But friends, thank y'all for watching the unboxing portion of this. Do not go anywhere. Do not go anywhere. We are just shortly, I'm going to take a brief little intermission here, just a few moments. I've got my personal Nintendo Switch hooked over here. I'm going to walk you through a little bit of the UI setup portion of this video, just to make sure that we cover all of our bases here. These things can get a little bit intricate when you're setting up. So I want to make sure I cover things like getting your student's player account set up on the Nintendo Switch, because you'll be the one the coach will be the one unboxing it. The player is actually going to be competing, so there's a little bit of transition of knowledge there that hopefully we'll be able to show off. But yeah, we'll talk about friend codes, getting where to use the digital game codes that you're going to be sent over email, what that email looks like, things like that. So as I mentioned, do not go anywhere. We will be right back. See y'all in just a second. Alrighty, friends. We are coming back. Let us get right into the UI. All right. Let me know. Hopefully, everything sounds good on your end. No camera for this portion. Just want to make sure that we get full screen and full view of the Nintendo Switch UI here. Cool. Hope that if I don't walk away from the mic when I'm saying that. Awesome. Alrighty. So, the first thing that we're going to start with is the account setup portion. So my Nintendo Switch here, again, this is my personal Nintendo Switch. It's already set up with my personal accounts and things like that, but I want to show we do have some links that we can drop on chat on like how to set up your account. You can also have your players in advance go to accounts.nintendo.com. We'll drop that link here in the chat here in just a bit. Your players can go there and actually create their Nintendo accounts for free. So it's complete free. It is free to create an account with all of the consoles just to create an account. The subscription service is a little bit different, and we can touch on that a little bit later, but the account setup process is free. Once you get on, I highly recommend you creating an account for your coach profile as well. Once you do that, it'll be kind of the primary owner, and you can redeem your codes that way. But if you want to add a player account here, you can go to the account settings, head over to add user under the users section of your system settings. Hit add user, and then you can create new user. Select whichever profile you would like. I'm gonna go with good old Star Fox here. It was my first main in Nintendo 64 Super Smash Brothers. It's one of my favorites. We're just gonna go with a good old little Luigi main. Even though I just said I was a Fox main, Luigi's probably my one of the most fun characters to play. So we're just gonna have Luigi main as our test account here. And here, I'm gonna go through this process. We won't actually link the account, but just so you can see kind of what it looks like here. You click link account, and assuming that all of your information is connected fully, and your internet is connected, you can sign in using an email address or the sign in ID. Again, if you go to accounts.nintendo.com, you can create the account preemptively, save yourself a little time, and you can sign in that way once it's created. Or you can hit create new account, and it will you can hit send account creation instructions via email here, go through this full process, and then it'll ask a lot more information. We do not have the full facility set up, but I wanted to show just a little bit of what it would look like. Right here, we'll just click later just for now, as we can just have it. So, yeah. Perfect. So that is the account setup portion. I'm actually going to show, because we actually don't need this user. Let's say you've got a student, a senior, competing on your Super Smash Bros. Ultimate team, creates their own profile, has their own information on here, but then they're going to graduate. They're going to move on to bigger and better things, continue their either academic or start their professional careers. Right here, you can click on the profile that we just created in that same section. Instead of going down to add user, just click on Luigi main here, the account we just corrected. And down there at the bottom, it will say delete user. Once you link a Nintendo account, there'll be a little more stuff. You'll have to scroll just a little bit ways down, but we'll go to delete here. There's a lot of safety precautions. Make sure you don't do this on accident. It even makes you wait just a little bit longer. And there we go. We've deleted the user. Our senior, who is moving on to bigger and better things, doesn't have to worry about their information getting stolen, if you will, or used in this case. So let's go into, once you create an account and link your Nintendo account, you're going to get what's called a friend code. That is the way that you're going to compete on the PlayVS platform. So I'm just going to show you a way to get to my personal platform, or my personal friend code here. If you send me a friend request, I may add you. It's okay. You may have Kiki Love as a friend now. But the good way to get to it is in that upper right there where you go. You'll naturally start at the game, the exciting portion, the applications portion. If you go up with the little Joy-Con, you'll get to see your users. If you click on the user, you will see right here on the right, it'll have the right below if you've been online or offline. Right below, it'll say friend code. That starts with SW hyphen. It has 4 digits, another hyphen, 4 digits, another hyphen, and 4 digits. So 12 numbers in total following that SW. And that's going to be the way that your team captain is going to be able to add the other team captain and join your matches. So really big thing to note on how to find that friend code. And add friends. That is going to be the next portion. So if you scroll down to that portion that just says add a friend from the users, you can go to search with friend code. Again, friend code's really important. You type in search with friend code, and then you just need those 12 digits. You don't actually need the hyphens, you don't need the SW, you just need those 12 digits. You fill out that friend code, and then you've got a whole slew of friends there ready for you. You can join from there. Most of the games have a very quick turnaround. Sometimes I will say that you might need to close out of your game and reopen it just to make sure that you're seeing the lobbies that have been created, things like that. But that is the kind of covering the friend code and how to add a friend. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. How do you? I'm actually curious as how you've been working on it. I hope this is. I hope it's easier at least. If you have a quicker way, I'd actually like to know. But yeah. So let's go to the game codes again. August 15th. That's gonna be the Oh, I realized I got knocked out of my application. Interesting. For those of you from PlayVS who are watching, I've lost access to Discord on my phone. So message me directly if you have any questions or if I need to cover anything additionally. But anyway, back to eShop codes. So we've got the Nintendo eShop here. Once you click on it, it'll probably ask you for a password. I have it set up to where it does not ask me for a password because this is my personal account. I would strongly encourage you to make a password required just to be super safe that no one accidentally makes a purchase on your account. So once you get to the eShop, you'll see all of the latest and greatest things. As you see, we see there's a multiplayer sale. They just launched the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pack. They just launched the second wave of that. I believe it's the second wave. Correct me if I am wrong. But let's make sure we actually go down. There we go. Okay, perfect. So, the code portion. All right, so I'm going to show y'all there is I showed you earlier the Nintendo bundle shipment, how to claim your bundle, that information. Well, now you are going to see the Nintendo eShop codes. That is the most likely the last email that you will receive that has all of the information. It's going to cover everything that's in that bundle physically that you should receive, but it's also going to have those Nintendo Switch eShop codes. So if you enroll in the Nintendo titles, so for this instance, we enrolled, this account enrolled in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, they enrolled in Mario Kart 8, and they enrolled in Splatoon 3. So we got codes for each of those, and that's kind of, you go to this area on the UI to redeem those. So we are going to redeem one of those right now. Yes, sharing the lobby information, that also works very well. I completely forgot that you can just share arena IDs. That makes it much easier. But I know some folks. We've had a lot of Splatoon 3 or Splatoon 2 players specifically. I've definitely seen a lot of them after their matches. Um, they'll add one of their opponents to play with them, to scrim against them, things like that. So let's get one of these codes that I can use here for y'all today. Perfect. Well, it's the good thing is we have lots of help articles. If you do want to join a Mario Kart 8 or or your students want to create a Mario Kart 8 or Splatoon team, we've got a lot of guidelines and a lot of explanation. Mario Kart can be a little more intricate. It's one of our more kind of hands-on titles, so it's definitely not as straightforward as some of our others. I'd probably say it's honestly on par with Smash Ultimate in terms of making sure that kind of all the rules are being followed and things like that. So, but let's go over to enter one of these codes. Perfect. So, the good thing is I'll enter then redeem this before you'll be able to. So, boom, 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 boom. While I'm entering this code, poorly, I might add. Bring the Switch down. You know? Who knows? I know. That's the correct answer. I know where I'm sending this. Unfortunately, it is not going to you, my friend. But, hey. Maybe in the future. I don't know what the future holds for us with these bundles. Where are we at? While I'm filling this up, I know we've had a few of these questions. My favorite of our Nintendo titles is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. By far, it's my favorite one to play. It's my favorite one to watch. I'm curious as to what are your mains in Super Smash Bros. I mentioned Fox and Luigi are two of mine. I would like to hear what your mains are as I very poorly read and translate this code over. Perfect. Pyra and Mithra. Nice. There we go, friends. We have redeemed the code. That is the process. You enter the code, nice and easy. Go over to the redeem portion of this, and there you go. One big call out. We just redeemed Super Smash Brothers. We've talked about oh hey, Sonic. I like Sonic a lot. I think I played Sonic a lot when Ultimate first dropped. Sonic and Marth. Perfect. All right. It'll take you back. You can go back to the inner codes to continue shopping. Obviously, you are going to have quite a few of them if you are competing in all of our titles. One big call out as I hover over the Nintendo Switch Online for our next portion of this is if you are competing in Super Smash Brothers, the fighters have to be unlocked manually. There's no if you play League of Legends, we have a League Unlocked feature that gives access to all the champions. You don't really have to unlock them one by one as you were if you're creating a new account. That does not really exist for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, unfortunately. So once you get your hands on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, give it to your players, give it to your students, and let them practice, play the campaign, play the adventure mode, play as much as possible, because most of the time, I believe most of those fighters are time unlocked. So the more time you spend with the game, the more fighters that you unlock. There are a few fighter unlock passes, which you do have codes for, so you will have access to those, which sometimes end up being some of the strongest and some of the most played. But to get a lot of those standard characters, you will need to play the game. So, just want to make sure I made that call out. And then one last call out on the games while we're talking about those in the codes. Splatoon 3 is coming out. So you won't receive any Splatoon 3 codes initially. But on September 9th, when that game releases, you can expect to get an email with those codes. So if for any reason you do not get the Splatoon 3 codes, be sure to reach out to us, and we will kind of figure out what happened, track down your email, track down what happened to the codes. But definitely do not, if you're competing in Splatoon 3 and you are expecting those codes, definitely let us know if for any reason you don't, and we will do our best to assist you further. So after about 3 hours, you can unlock all the characters. Thank you very much, my friend. I didn't know the time frame on my own. I think I know I've definitely played that much, but I think I didn't personally play the first 3 hours of at least my copy of Super Smash Bros. Online when I initially played it. So perfect. So going over to the Nintendo Switch Online portion, there's a lot of different memberships that they have now. You can see at this point, I am on a family membership plan. I strongly encourage you, if you have multiple players, do not get individual memberships. We do have the online membership code. Is one of our mods in the chat? Can you confirm if that's a family membership code or a single? I cannot remember off the top of my head which one that is for. If it's a family, it's individual. Okay, that's what I thought. I would, if you do have a quite a handful of players, I would strongly encourage getting a family membership. It is the most cost effective for sure, especially making sure that you're getting access to all of the content. The expansion pack will give you access to things like the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass, which is super helpful. Yeah, if you have 2 players, get a family plan. And you can, the best part about the family plan is once you subscribe to it, you can add or remove at will. So just as we removed the aforementioned senior student from the Nintendo Switch to make sure their data was not there, we can also remove them from the family plan so that we can add one of these up-and-coming freshman stars that are coming to take the state by storm. But yeah, lots of great stuff to come with the expansion pack as well. But yeah, I think, let's see, I do think that we've just about covered everything on the Nintendo Switch. Friends, if you have any questions in the chat, now is the perfect time to ask. If you've got them, or forever hold your peace, so to speak. I'm kidding. Do not forever hold your peace. If you have any questions, if for any reason the stream is no longer available and you've got a question, you can always reach out at support@playversus.com, interact with the kind folks on the CX team, excluding myself, to get your answers. That is what we are there for, to address anything you got for us. Perfect. And I do believe that is just going to be it. We're a little bit over that 30-minute estimate. That does not surprise me. Just to see a face of who you're talking to instead of just seeing the UI. Yeah, doesn't surprise me. I like to talk a lot. If you've met me in person, that doesn't surprise you. But thanks so much for watching the unboxing. I'm going to get our lovely Nintendo Switch back into its box to deliver it to its rightful owner, as I already have one. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any thoughts or any feedback, definitely let us know in the chat, in the description below once the VOD is posted, or again in the support chat feature. We'll always be happy to hear from you. But that being said, I'm going to close out for this afternoon. Best of luck in your Nintendo competition this fall, and go insert your mascot here. To all of you. I'll say go Jaguars because that was my high school, but Best of luck to everyone. Have a good one.